It's now been over 12 months since I did my last video on my journey of recovery from my micro discectomy surgery that I had on my L4, L5 disc. So this video is for people who are sitting at home about ready to go for surgery, or are at home after surgery contemplating whether life is going to get any better, and if this pain that they're in is actually going to go away or get worse. So I'll just give you a recap on what happened to me. I had what they call an annular fissure of the L4, L5 disc. That's where you get a tear in the annular rings of the disc, and the fluid from the nucleus creates a bulge in the disc, which then I ruptured, which caused fragments of disc to break away on the right-hand side of my disc at the rear of it, and allowing the fluid from the nucleus to end up in the spinal cavity and all that sort of stuff. And 2 lots of surgery later, I was finally on the mend. Now, I did my video at the 10-week mark. I'm now over 12 months since that video. And I guess I've got some notes here I'm looking at, so you'll have to excuse me. I guess, what the biggest thing I've had to deal with is the nerve pain, and learning to live with that and not listen to it. I still have a pain level of around 1 and 2 constantly, and which then maxes out to 7, depending on how run down, lack of sleep I get. Seems to be very related to it. Now, nerve pain is one of those things that I've had to learn to come with the reality of that it is a fake pain. It's a pain that's not real, even though it does feel goddamn real. Okay, I guess an expression of my pain is it feels like I've run a marathon with my leg. With one leg, I should say, with my right leg. I still get pain in my lower left leg. And this pain feels like anything in both legs, from the ankle being broken to the knee being smashed up to gravel rash on the outside of my leg to the feeling like the skin has come unstuck off my kneecap for some reason. And then to the point where I am numb from the waist down and struggle to walk. And all this comes about I believe, from the nerve being annoyed from the things that I do. Now, I work as a heavy equipment maintainer. I work 12-hour shifts. I work in, bent up, confined, stupid positions, like working, with my head in between my legs, trying to reach down and do stuff, and do that for long periods of time. And the fear of making things worse, by doing these things, is something that could stop me from doing what I'm doing. But I've come to the theory of, if it doesn't hurt to do it while I'm doing it, I'll do it. If it hurts after, well, it hurts after, and that's why they call it work. Work isn't easy, work hurts at times, and it's just getting sore and having to recover. But the key for me for recovery has been movement, getting there and walking, moving, and having a physical job has made a big difference to my recovery, and learning to trust my back. Trust of your back is going to be the hardest thing that you'll come by, and I struggle with thinking that it's going to fail every time I lift something or move, or I get a funny sensation in my back that thinks, oh gee, something's wrong. Having the ability not to listen to that and accept that the pain that I have is fake, it's in my head, not actually in my leg, there's nothing wrong with my leg, is the best way for me to sit with it. And I guess, like, going on to that, if you unfortunately have a job where it requires you to sit or stand for long periods of time, you probably might find that you'll struggle. I struggle to stand for any longer than half an hour. But if I've got something that's stand or sit for half an hour, but if I've got something that's stimulating, it's requiring concentration, the nerve pain will go in the background. So that's why I'm working, doing stuff, the pain almost disappears. And then as soon as I stop, it comes back. But I don't need to relate that pain that comes back to what I was doing causing that pain. It is just my constant nerve pain that's there. I still only get about 4 hours max sleep a night. Pain comes back in around about 3 a.m. in the morning, and then I've got to constantly move around, change positions, and I still sleep on my side. With a pillow between my legs. I'm most comfortable on my back, but I snore like a bastard when I'm laying on my back, so I try and sleep on my side. And change sides during the night and roll around and all that great fun. But if when I'm not working, I'll go and have a sleep for an hour at lunchtime, just so I can get some, catch up on sleep. I guess looking at this in the notes here, it's going to be. They tell me a two-year recovery from when the surgery to when the nerve does its fully healing, and after that, what pain I have is probably still going to stay there with the rest of my life. But I can cope with that. It's definitely doable. I'm definitely better than where I was years before I've had this surgery. And I don't regret having the surgery. I know a lot of people still think they're in pain, but if, like me, I went and had an MRI at around November last year, the surgeon gave me the all clear on that there's nothing else wrong there. It's all looking good, and that was after I'd been back to work for a little while. So I wanted to sort of see if anything had changed or shifted. Everything was fine. So then I chose, well, that's it. I'm going to ignore this nerve pain, call it a fake pain, and just get on with my life. I hope this sort of helps with those people sitting here to realise that, for me, I really had to let go, and I can't emphasise enough, of focusing on this nerve pain as something that is actually wrong. Your nerve's damaged up in your lower back. It's only wired to tell my brain one thing, which is nerve pain, which is pain in my leg. And unfortunately, nerve pain is something that drugs really don't treat. And the drugs that do treat it, really like gabapentin and Lyrica, really stuff you over. For me, pain-wise, I tend to take a CBD oil now and then, which just helps me relax and go to sleep. And on top of that, just maybe Nurofen and paracetamol combined tablets work very well. There's not much more I can say. Life's good. I'm enjoying things. I'm at a better spot than where I was. Reducing stress, not worrying about shit I don't need to worry about, and trying to move on in life and become a better person has just made things so much better. If you've got any more questions and I haven't answered it, please shoot them down below there and I'll get back to you. Bye.